Well, hello, my name is David Jarrett. I'm the co-owner of Chuck Pelon's Hot Dogs here in Charleston, South Carolina and at Folly Beach. I recently had the opportunity to sit down with my good friend and business partner Mark Sandoval to go over our business plan and also tell you about our entrepreneurial journey. So I hope you enjoy the video that follows the story of Chuck Pelon's Hot Dogs. Hey, good afternoon. I'm Dave Jarrett. I'm here with Mark Sandoval from Chuck Pelon's Hot Dogs. Now, Mark, we've ran Chuck Pelon's Hot Dogs for, I guess, the past 3 or 4 years, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So when we first started out, what made you want to, I guess, go into owning your own business?
Just had been working for another company for 8 years, and that company was kind of on the decline, and there was people getting laid off, and just a whole lot of different things that were kind of just leading me in the direction of wanting to kind of do my own thing, and I've had some good experiences with kind of cooking a little bit and people liking what I made, and that kind of gave me the idea to start all that. So
that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Now, I approached you about starting the business, and we were living in Iowa at the time when we went to write our business plan. So one of the first things we did was we actually took a class together on entrepreneurship at a local community college. It was 16 weeks long. And Mark, what did you learn from that course when we were taking it together?
It really helped us prepare kind of get the basics down, things for financial. I think the biggest thing was just getting a business plan set in stone to really kind of help us find out what we need for our own specific business. So that was definitely one of the bigger things that was beneficial from that.
I think it was really helpful because our instructor, when we were taking the 16-week course at the local community college, was very, very encouraging of our plan. But we also got to get away for a long weekend and have a different sort of mentorship. Mark, tell us about that experience.
Yeah, that was really fun. We did this thing called Hot Dog University, which was in Chicago. We did a Vienna Beef tour, the Vienna Beef Factory, and it was also like a 2-day class where they just kind of told you all the ins and outs of owning your own restaurant or having your own cart. But not only that, but they took us through the whole factory and showed us from start to finish how the hot dogs were made, and it was actually a very good experience. Everything was very clean and a lot different than what I had originally thought, but in a good way. The first day was all kind of behind the scenes stuff, and the second day was more of like the business end type of thing, and then they took us to some great locations that were a good hot dog spot in the area. So.
Yeah, so we learned about licenses, we learned about permits at Hot Dog University from a great guy. His name is Mark Reitman. You go to hotdogu.com and check out what they do there at that site, if that's what you want to do with your lives. But it was cool to actually have some skills. We actually served some dogs, like they're at the factory. Like we put stuff on the dogs and had some experience. And they showed us a cart. We fired up the cart. We toasted some, what did we do with the buns? We steamed the buns. Steamed the buns. So then when we actually did our business, it didn't feel like we were doing something for the very first time. So we went to Hot Dog University. We did the 16-week course, and at that point we realized we probably aren't going to sell a lot of hot dogs standing outside on the street corner in Iowa. So what do we do next?
Well, yeah, that was definitely one of the things that in Iowa, it was during the winter when we took this, like December, so when we took that course, and so standing outside in freezing weather and snow was not going to be very good. No. But things kind of came up, which turned out to be pretty good for us, where we thought about coming to South Carolina, and obviously it's warmer here more months out of the year, and had a better opportunity for us to do our business for a longer period of time without having to worry about the really cold weather. So
that's good. That's good. So we wrote a business plan for Chuck Pelon's. Mark, how did the business plan differ from what we actually experienced in reality? What did you not expect that we didn't include in our plan?
First of all, we had to have a cart that was certified by DHEC, the Department of Health, and what we didn't realize was that the cart the way that we bought it was not DHEC certified. And we just thought that, that was, since it was like that way before, the people had used it that way before, that it would just work that way. But it turns out that we had to have a lot of fixing up on that to do.
So we had to build like the protective food covering on the top of it.
Yeah, the food covering and I think.
We had to build it twice because it didn't cover. The first time we made it, it
yeah.
just covered the grills. The second time we made it, it had to cover the whole part. It was kind of a.
They don't give you a manual on that.
There's no manual on how to get something approved. Whatever business you're going into, whether it's a hot dog cart or opening a bar or hair salon, getting the right permits and finding out what is the order in which I need to do these things.
Right.
Now, the business plan was helpful because we did think of some things in advance. We knew there would be licenses. We did get insurance, and it was helpful to have that plan. Now, the insurance actually turned out to be nice to have because we had a kind of another interesting experience. Talk about that.
Yeah, well, ultimately what happened was that the cart had gotten stolen. The cart was stolen. And
it was the week of a gig.
Yeah, we had a new gig. We had this children's museum. All these kids were going to be dressing up for Halloween, and we were going to be catering that. And it was that week that the cart was stolen. And so there's no places around here where you could get carts. We would have to kind of see what they would cost and order one from someplace. But fortunately, we ran into some good people that knew of where we could actually pick one up, and things kind of seemed to work out pretty well for us in that kind of situation. But
because the insurance covered the cost of a new cart,
right? We ended up getting that card. And
you got it. We got to have it get approved. You had to get it approved by DHEC and a new license for it same week.
Yeah.
So, but we didn't miss the gig, and so insurance came in handy, and that's just the nature of a weird experience. Now the cart actually was recovered by Department of Health, albeit in terrible condition, because someone else was using it illegally. So it helps to go by the book and get your papers in order because someone else recovered the cart for us. That's right. If you had to start another business, what kind of things would you want to keep in mind for next time? Having done a business from,
I would say a good thing to really just do the math on is find out exactly, as close as you can, how much it's going to cost for you for every little thing that you're going to have to buy. For us, we had a lot of different condiments and things that we bought. Things that just all kind of seem to add up. If you really just kind of take every single thing that you're going to have to buy for the business and just add that up and see, what it would come out to weekly or monthly or yearly, what that's going to be like, and then just see how much you're going to make your sales for. Like if the dog is $3 or 2 for $5 or something like that, find out what it is that you're going to be charging and see if it's feasible for you if it's going to be worth your time, and where also your location is going to be a big thing too if you're going to have a lot of traffic, depending on what you're doing, of course. But yeah, definitely find out how much everything's going to be and just see if that can possibly work out for you.
For the business plan, we had something called the Chuck List. It's a play on words of checklist, and Chuck Pelon is the name of our business. It actually detailed all of our supplies that we would need every day for a gig. It was kind of an inventory list, and actually things that we would need to buy. Again, it had utensils, it had pans, it had that sort of thing to make sure that we were there for the gig to help keep things in order. Along with the Chuck List, what other aspects of the business plan writing did you find helpful to apply toward the business when we actually went to go execute on it?
Well, it was good to have all the papers that we needed on hand, just like for us, for example, if there was some guy that was coming by to check to see if we were legitimate, we would have all of the papers there from the Department of Health or our licenses and just have that on hand. As far as other things that we wrote in there, I guess our information, if anybody has any questions about who we are, we can be having business cards in there. That's always good.
Flyers, there were flyers on hand.
Flyers, yeah.
Kept it all neat in a nice laminated folder. And it was actually something we evolved over time. You added graphics, you added more pages into the business plan from when we just started off in community college. It actually kind of became a living document. We added more and more over time.
Yeah. It definitely became more of like a, I guess almost like a photo memory type of
like a yearbook.
Yearbook, yeah. Just remembering things of different events that we did, but also having all of the good information that you need to have in there too. So it's kind of a fun type of trip down memory lane just to look back at that. And
what were your favorite parts of running a business?
I would have to say, like one of my craziest experiences, but also just feeling happy and overwhelmed at the same time. It was one of our first gigs that we had. It was just a huge festival down at Folly Beach, where it was our first time at that type of big festival. And for some reason, I don't know if it's because we were new or what, but for some reason, the amount of people that were there is usual, nothing not expected. But
thousands of people, though.
Yeah, definitely a lot of people out there, but there's other vendors out there too. But for some reason, we were just going nonstop. I mean, dog money,
yeah.
and refilling stuff, and
nonstop.
we wish we could have had something like that more on a regular basis, but that was something that was just, we sold out of everything. We even went and
got seconds and thirds even.
Yeah, we went to the grocery store just to get loaded up on other things that we could possibly sell, because the night wasn't over yet.
It wasn't over. Like, it's like new. We've been there for 2 hours.
Demanding stuff, and we had ordered a good amount of products. Yeah, so we made a lot of money that night, and I guess it's any kind of business's dream to have something like that. But
yeah.
It was overwhelming in a way, but at the same time, when it was all said and done, I was like, look at all this cash,
Yeah, we're like laying on the floor in a big pile of money saying, we did this. So it was pretty sweet. It was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
So Mark, I just want to say thank you for your great takeaways today for the people watching.
Yeah.
And good luck starting your business, writing your plan, getting out there, having that experience. And I just want to say go for it. It's totally worth it.
Good luck.
Good luck. Oh man. Oh jeez.